Welcome to Darkest Night Season 2, Episode 9.
The penultimate episode of the season.
I mean, we got one more left, so is it?
That's what penultimate means.
Oh.
Wow. Listen to the Reader's Digest. I'd like to talk about one of our sponsors, Blue Apron. Now, Blue Apron is the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country. Blue Apron's mission is to make incredible home cooking accessible to everyone.
I mean, I don't really have much time to cook. It's problematic. You have to go to the store. You have to come back. You have to get all these ingredients. And then you buy too many ingredients. And what happens if you live by yourself and you don't have a family? It's hard to get the right amount of ingredients to make great meals, and it's tough. And with Blue Apron, you get one box. It's $10 per person per meal or less. It's easy. You can pick which meals you want.
You get exactly the right amount of food every time.
And it's really quality stuff. Like, this is like Whole Foods level or better in my experience. And like just an example of like what kind of meals they make.
Creamy shrimp rolls with quick pickles and sweet potato wedges. But in a pinch, chili butter steaks with Parmesan potatoes and spinach. Yeah. Check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free with free shipping by going to blueapron.com/darkestnight.
That's blueapron.com/darkestnight.
Blue Apron, a better way to cook.
The second head. Oh my God. No, not. Calm down. Calm down. Come on, Katie. You need to see what happened. Withdrawing blood from the optic nerve, depositing it into the box, locked and loaded. Project Cyclops, Trial 7, Zeta 8. Timestamp is registering correctly. Initiating playback in 3, 2, 1. Initiate.
Check this out, Henry.
Vivian sure knows how to throw a party.
Viv wouldn't know what a party was if someone shoved a keg up her ass.
You better quiet down with that talk. We're a couple of Sigmas in Roth Lobdow territory.
At least I used to work there.
If you think that does anything other than put a target on your back, then you're a fool.
Maybe I am.
Let's get some canapé and get what we came for.
Canapé? I don't want that crap. There's a s'mores bar over there.
Look who's by the canapé.
Senator Carlisle, in the flesh.
Are you shocked? This whole thing is in his honor. You ready?
Let's do this.
The men made their way to Senator Carlisle. The black tie fundraiser brought in a typical crowd. Women draped in jewels, gowns, and well-to-do husbands. The hall overlooked the city. It was only fitting that some of the richest and most powerful people in town were rubbing elbows high above the rest of society.
Enjoying the canapé, Senator Carlisle?
It's okay, but these portions are so small. I am so hungry I could eat a baby right now. I must say, I didn't expect to see you here.
I'm a little surprised too, but I am not one to turn down a personal invite from Vivian Lobdow. Senator, this is my colleague, Dr. Samuel Igwe.
Nice to meet you. And what do you do at Sigma?
I oversee special projects in the pharmaceutical department. I also teach at a university.
A professor?
Yes, teaching is my first love, but I've got to pay the bills. Henry offered me a flexible schedule that I couldn't refuse.
Dr. Igwe is actually working on a drug that you have taken a lot of interest in.
Apotham. Very nice. Can you let me in on any progress you've made recently?
Dr. Igwe gave Henry a look as if to ask if it was okay. Henry's nod gave him the go-ahead.
We've unlocked a one-to-one system that allows a single user to control another person. All receivers have had no memory of the incidents at all.
So, like a date rape drug?
No.
More like mind control.
So, what's next?
We're starting to adjust the strength of the formula so that the transmitter could potentially control multiple receivers simultaneously.
What a time to be alive, isn't it?
We hope we can count on your continued support.
You know you can. It's nice meeting you, Dr. Igwe. Enjoy the night.
Henry and Dr. Igwe watched Senator Carlisle walk away. He couldn't get more than 10 feet before he was being pulled in multiple directions to schmooze with various guests.
That was off.
What's that supposed to mean?
When you know a guy, you know a guy. Something about that was off.
You think he's over Apathy?
Let's not get too hasty now, okay?
Okay. As long as Carlisle has enough money to go around.
The door to the hall opened as a row of black-vested, bow-tied waiters made their way in. Each carried a tray. The bubbly glasses of champagne never threatened to spill as the waiters glided through the crowd with expert balance.
Now this is what I'm talking about.
As a waiter arrived near the pair, Henry and Dr. Igwe felt a tap on their back.
Henry, and I don't think we've met.
Dr. Samuel Igwe.
Pleasure. If you two wouldn't mind following me.
Henry retrieved a pack of smokes and a lighter from his pocket.
Do I have time for a quick cigarette beforehand?
Sadly, I'm afraid not. It's also extremely poor health choice.
Does this concern the senator?
It does.
Fine.
This way.
We are going to Mr. Toast.
There are more important things than the toast. You know that. Come on.
They followed Miriam out of the door and down a long hallway. At the end of the hall, there was an elevator. Miriam pressed the down button.
After you.
Henry and Dr. Igwe walked inside. Miriam followed them and pressed level BB before backing out of the elevator.
You're not coming with us?
This is my stop. Don't worry, you'll know where to go.
I can't believe we're missing a champagne toast for this.
You need to shut up about that damn champagne.
Jeez, someone really needed that cigarette. I'm just saying.
I got it. I heard you.
Henry and Dr. Igwe found themselves looking into a small room. The furnishings were spare but opulent. Leather chairs, red velvet drapes, and portraits of mysterious figures filled the room. The men cautiously stepped inside.
Hello? Hello? Senator Carlisle?
What's going on here?
I don't know, but let's wait it out.
Your call.
Dr. Igwe settled into one of the leather chairs. Henry did the same.
They don't even have food for us. That's pretty rude, don't you think?
Feel free to add that to the suggestion box.
They sat in silence as the time ticked by. Their agitation grew with each passing minute. After half an hour, they began to think that maybe Carlisle abandoned them down there.
Okay, I'm starting to get a little crazy. What's going on?
I told you, I don't know.
Do they expect us to wait down here forever? No food, no drink, no nothing?
You need to calm down. This is the way these things work.
Hello? Is anybody coming to meet us?
Shut the... You need to quiet down right now.
I'm joking. Jeez. And people think professors are humorless. That's it. I'm leaving. Give me the Cliff Notes version.
As the doors opened, out came a stunning woman in a breathtaking red dress.
Oh, I'm so sorry to keep you two waiting.
Vivian, you're who we're meeting?
Yes? Is something wrong?
Miriam implied this meeting had something to do with Senator Carlisle.
I assure you it does. You're not going to say hello, Sam? That's how you treat your old boss?
Well, seeing as I left the Roth Lobdow Center for Advanced Research before you took control of the board, you were never truly my boss. But hello, Vivian. You seem well as ever.
Cheeky, Sam. Cheeky. I am well. I finally feel like I'm getting the recognition I deserve for the work I do around here. There's been a change, because people are finally listening to me now. I know you had some of those same concerns when you were working with us, and I get it. I get why you left.
Tut-tut-tut. Water under the bridge.
Good. Great. If only that were true. You know, a little birdie told me you're working on a drug called apathy.
Henry and Dr. Igwe visibly tightened. They tried to remain calm.
Apathy?
Don't play dumb. We all know you're not dumb.
Who told you about Apitham?
Does it matter? Why didn't you ever come to us about it?
Like you said, I'm not dumb. I float my best ideas, see who'll bite.
You never even gave us a chance to counter.
What can I say? You freaked me out a little. Maybe I was looking to work in a place where I wouldn't have to look over my shoulder.
Fair enough.
We both know how this game works. Poaching is a part of that game.
Of course. So is healthy competition.
Vivian sidled over to the ebony end table. She opened the drawer and pulled out what looked like a gun. It was plastic and silver with a syringe loaded into it. The needle was as thick as a straw. A small square floated in the murk of the syringe. Henry and Dr. Igwe instantly backed away.
Right, there's no need to overreact.
Whoa, calm down.
Relax. This isn't for you. It's for me. Now.
Vivian lifted the gun to her forearm.
Here's to my health.
She pulled the trigger, and the liquefied goo was injected into her arm.
Oh, god damn it! Our guys need to work on a less painful way of intaking the transmitter.
The what?
The transmitter. Wait, are you guys still using dissolvable tablets for Apitham? We switched to plastic tabs. Once it's dispelled from the body, all of the effects wear off all at once, rather than the gradual decline you get with the dissolvable pill that you guys use.
This is low, even for you.
It really isn't. When you know someone, you know someone. This is par for the course.
Did you dose us? Tell me.
I didn't dose you. Or you.
Then why are we here?
I'm done. I'm leaving.
Do you really think that's wise? After all, you know what I'm capable of. It's probably best to keep your hands and feet inside the ride. Follow me.
Vivian returned to the elevator and pressed the only button. Up. Henry and Dr. Igwe shared a look, unsure of how they had gotten into this mess. It was starting to look like there wasn't a way out. Vivian, Henry, and Dr. Igwe got inside. Nobody spoke. As Dr. Igwe stared at the floor, Henry could tell that he had already resigned himself to a fate that Henry didn't want to believe was a possibility. If they made it back upstairs and into the Hall of People, then they would be able to make an escape. Henry always had a lot of fight in him. He didn't enter the upper echelons of Sigma Corps by giving up early.
How's your son, by the way, Sam?
Effie's fine. He's just adjusting to his freshman year of college.
I'll bet he is. Straight ahead.
They entered the hall. When they left, there was music, chatter, and laughter. Now, there was nothing. Everyone was frozen still.
Hello, everyone.
Slowly, everyone in the crowd turned their heads towards the trio. Vivian stepped forward, and the crowd started to part like the Red Sea. Henry and Dr. Igwe began to follow her.
This way.
They stared at the patrons' faces looking back at them. Were these the same people who didn't even notice them earlier?
What is going on here?
They walked up the stairs and onto the stage. Vivian noticed Henry and Dr. Igwe had paused beside her.
Don't be shy.
She motioned for them to stand by her side as she settled in front of the microphone.
And how are all of you lovely people doing tonight?
Never! Did you hear that? They've never been better. Maybe it's the canapé.
Could we all please give a healthy round of applause to Senator Carlisle? You can do better than that. Look alive, people. There we go. I knew you had it in you. Now, Senator Carlisle, the man who has a vision for this state and its people, we can and will be the leaders of tomorrow. His investment in the Roth Lobdow Center for Advanced Research has allowed us to focus on scientific exploration that is changing the way we interact as humans. Senator Carlisle, I would love it if you would explain what I'm talking about.
Vivian stepped back from the microphone as Senator Carlisle gamely took her place.
Vivian Lobdow is speaking about a wonder drug her company has perfected called Axiom Zero. It has the powers of maximum persuasion. I see a bright future for Axiom Zero, so much so that I have made investing in it a top priority for my preliminary budget.
Did you know about that?
Of course not.
Played us for fools.
Your previous investments have helped us reach a major breakthrough. Tonight, you all partook in a champagne toast that was dosed with Axiom Zero, and I shot a transmitter into my arm, which is allowing me to control all of you with solely my thoughts.
Vivian pointed in the direction of two couples. The men from each couple left their ladies to start dancing with each other as the women did the same. Vivian pointed to a woman by a buffet table. The woman started shoving food into her face faster than she could chew. Her puffed cheeks barely contained the food as it dribbled down her designer dress.
You're controlling all of them? How?
We saw what you were doing and built upon it. Pretty neat, huh?
The amount of apathy.
It's Axiom Zero, Sam. Keep up.
Whatever you want to call it, the amount in your system could be lethal.
You wish you could be so lucky. I'm feeling good. And you're probably wishing you had brought this to us when you had the chance.
Henry saw an opportunity while Professor Igwe and Vivian were arguing. He bolted for the edge of the stage.
You're not going anywhere.
Two men in the crowd sprang into action. They nabbed him before he could get too far. Henry struggled against them as they dragged him back onto the stage next to Vivian.
Get off me! Let me go!
There's still fun to be had. You can't leave yet.
Who out there thinks that Henry should go? That's what I thought. Now, I want to return the favor to Senator Carlisle, without whom none of this would have been possible. Can everyone join me in giving Carlisle the thanks that he deserves?
The patrons pulled out their checkbooks and pens. The waiters came around with their trays. They were quickly filled with checks, watches, and expensive jewelry.
We've got a really good group here. So incredibly altruistic.
What happens in the morning when they notice they're missing a large amount of money?
They won't remember why they did it. But it's not crazy to assume that one would make a donation at a fundraiser. The amount might come as a shocker, though.
Why didn't you dose us too? What's the point of this?
She's humiliating us.
I get it now. Those tapes I was receiving, you knew. Katie was simply your pawn in the long con. You were allowing her to continue sharing these Project Cyclops episodes because it looked like your own trials were paltry in comparison, but...
Go on, Henry. You're so close.
You were actually using these episodes to secretly perfect your company's own version of...
Axiom Zero. Correct? Gold star.
She's showing us what her drug can do when we know we're nowhere near this trial stage yet. We lost.
You really do know me, don't you, Sam? I'm guessing you know what's next, then.
Make it quick.
No. No, in front of all these people?
Nah, they won't remember a thing.
Vivian, this is insane.
She is insane.
Everyone in the crowd set their sight on Henry and Dr. Igwe. Both men had never felt like prey before.
It's been nice knowing you both. You kept me on my toes for much longer than I thought you would. I'm going to head out, though, if you don't mind. I've got an appointment at Sigma that I can't miss.
Vivian walked off the stage and through the crowd. They paid no attention to her as she left.
What do we do?
It's over. There's nothing we can do. Look at them.
I'm not just gonna give up.
Henry looked around. There was only one exit. They would have to go through the crowd to make it out. Henry tried not to let his fear control him. He dug through his pocket and procured his lighter. His eyes darted around, then stopped on an American flag jutting out of a wall stand near the back of the stage. Henry didn't falter for a second as he sprinted to the flag. He clicked on the flame and set it ablaze.
What is he doing?
Making America great again.
Henry grasped the flagpole and pulled it from the wall stand, sweat dripping down his face.
Sam, this way!
Henry moved to
Get
the edge
back!
of the stage. He stabbed the sharp final top of the pole into the bodies of the two nearby patrons, before finally tossing the burning flag onto the crowd.
This way!
Dr. Igwe led them around the fire, which had left a gaping hole in the crowd. He swung the mic like a machete. The crowd began grabbing at them. Henry felt the sleeves of his jacket rip as a woman clawed it off.
Dad! Too many of them!
Get to the band. Grab the kick drum. Run through them and head straight for the door.
What?
We don't have any other options. We gotta try. Grab the bass drum. You're bigger and faster than me. Just do it.
Dr. Igwe grabbed it.
Stay close.
His thunderous legs powered him through the masses as he mowed over corpses. Henry stayed as close in his wake as he could.
Just a little farther.
Dr. Igwe dropped the drum as they reached the door. Henry reached for the handle. He twisted and turned it to no avail. It was locked.
No! 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 No!
The two men used their shoulders for leverage as they tried to break through the doors, but they wouldn't give.
Get off me!
Henry turned to see Dr. Igwe being dragged into the mob. They descended on him with their bare hands, tearing at his clothes, skin, and hair, ripping him apart. For a moment, Henry didn't realize they were doing the same to him.
No!
He prayed for the unbearable pain to end. He noticed Senator Carlisle biting into Dr. Igwe's left leg, blood pooling around his mouth. Miriam, Senator Carlisle's right hand, stood devotedly by his side. Suddenly, Henry felt his own body being pulled in different directions. The crowd was stretching him. His body rose off the ground with the force of the tension. Finally, the tension snapped. Both of Henry's legs and arms were ripped from his torso as his body was pulled apart by the crowd. The drugged crowd returned to their glazed normal state. Blood and guts adorned their elaborate, expensive ensembles. Finally, Senator Carlisle paused from munching on Dr. Igwe's leg to address them.
Miriam,
Yes, Senator.
pack some of this up for me, will you?
Will do, sir.
We should have plenty of leftovers tonight.
Henry's dead. He's the head of Sigma Corp. How has this not hit the news yet?
Vivian walked into the lab, still wearing her dress from that very fundraiser.
Henry's not the head of Sigma Corp, but he made you believe he was.
Vivian.
Where's Ricketts?
Out. Sick.
Don't lie to me, Katie.
I don't know where he is. He told me to do this head alone and then he left. That's the truth.
I believe you.
You killed Henry.
I did what I had to do. And technically, I didn't touch Henry.
All of this over a drug?
You've seen what it can do, Katie. It's not just a drug.
Guess I don't need to keep sending him those tapes.
Guess not. I'm gonna need you to come with me.
What? Why?
Because, Katie, it's time to end this battle with Sigma Corp. Once and for all.
If you can't wait to listen to the next episode of Darkest Night, go to Shudder.com. Shudder is a new kind of streaming video service devoted to the best horror movies available from around the world. On Shudder, you can listen to Darkest Night ad-free, a week early, in lossless sound quality, and even receive exclusive access to bonus content like our behind-the-scenes podcast, Talkest Night. For a free month, go to Shudder.com and use the offer code Darkest Night. That's Shudder.com, offer code Darkest Night.